in that which is worse, but thou hast kept the good wine until now.
Mm-hmm.
This beginning of miracles did Jesus in Cana of Galilee, and manifested forth his glory, and his disciples believed on him.
Now they saying that can't, you know, that don't nobody, can't nobody do that, brother. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, scientifically, you're changing elements.
Right. That's
what you're doing. You're taking water and you turn it into wine. That's impossible.
right.
It can't happen. Let's go to Exodus 15. Let's go to Exodus 15. Christ was the only one doing water miracles. You know that, right? Huh? Let's see what you believe from Moses. Shalom, Hebrews.
And even on this lower level, even on the scientific, natural level, there's something called alchemy, if I'm pronouncing it right, where they change different metals to different other metals.
Yeah,
alchemy.
That's right.
So you can accept that from these rogue scientists.
Right. But you can't accept this right here.
Right.
All right, let's see what Moses did about some water. Exodus chapter 15. Exodus chapter 15, 20 to 27.
Exodus chapter 15, 20, verse 20. And Miriam, everybody there? And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand.
Right.
And all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances.
Hey, so they were partying. Do y'all know what just happened at this point? Pharaoh's army just drowned in the Red Sea. So the sisters start singing, thanking God.
Right.
Huh? The day was like, oh no, that's a sad thing.
Right.
My oppressor then drowned in the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
But what they do, they broke out and started singing, thanking God that we were delivered. Again, we gotta get strong mentally, man. There's a lot of things about to hit haywire, but you see what they win. As soon as the Lord delivered them, guess what? They start singing, dancing, thanking the Most High. All right, let's read, bro.
So Moses brought it. Verse 21. And Miriam answered them, sing ye to the Lord Yahweh, for he had triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider that had he thrown into the sea.
See, Miriam singing, thanking God for destroying their enemies. Come on.
So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water.
Oh, no water. Come on.
And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was Marah.
They were dangerous water, like they do today. You heard of fracking? You know what fracking is? They drill through the ground, trying to get oil, but it penetrates the water supply. Some people can light there's so much gas coming out, they can light their faucet on fire. When they turn on for water. So it's something like that to give y'all an example. Contaminated waters, in other words. Water you can't drink. Alright? So these are waters you can't drink, you die if you drink these waters. So what happened? Let's read.
And the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord Yahweh. And Yahweh shewed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet.
Oh, you go chop a tree down, huh? Throw it into the waters, and the waters become sweet or not dangerous to drink. What is that? Ain't that a miracle?
Yeah, what it is, bro.
All right, go get you a tree branch and drop it in your cup of water and drink it.
Go get you a twig and put it in the water.
Come on, bro.
There he made from them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved it, and said, if thou would diligently hearken to the voice of Yahweh thy God, and will do that his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord Yahweh that healeth thee. I'm sorry, I'm tripping.
God, slow down, bro. Verse 27.
And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters.
All right, so I'm saying you can accept Moses cutting some trees down,
Right.
like Paul Bunyan, and throwing the trees into the water. For the water to be safe to drink, but you can't accept Christ turning the water to wine. You feel me? These men are hypocritical, man.
Hey.
They don't level the same charges that they level on Christ for Moses, for Elijah, none of them. None of them. Right? And what Brother Daniel said, he told that boy, in a minute, y'all will put the whole book down.
Right.
And one of them actually did, like dropped it completely. Because there's still things in that in the Old Testament that, unless you in a spiritual mindset, you ain't gonna be able to answer either. Straight up.
Partial and judgment.
Let's get some more understanding. Mark chapter 3. Yeah. No doubt, people. Let's go to Mark 3 next. Yeah, we do. Mark chapter 3, 1-7. Something else they got a problem with, the Messiah. You sit down and sniff these fellas off for a while. Watch the videos, like, oh, God. Is this the best y'all got? Brother say, New Testament.
If they don't believe, why they still watching the video?
Right.
You know, are still coming. You know, they let you know they hurt in the spirit.
Like a chick in divorce or something.
Beat up, but still hurling accusations from an alleyway. You just run out and throw a rock and run back.
And that's a demonic spirit, y'all. Watch that. It's called salvation stillers.
Right.
That's what that's about. So why is it a big old push? If you can trip off it spiritually, why is it a big old push to get you to drop Christ? I mean, we all Hebrews, man, but drop Christ though.
Right.
And we check him at the door, like Daniel always said, like a coat check. No, we're not checking him at the door. He's the chief cornerstone. What we supposed to, if we don't build based off him, guess what? This whole thing will collapse again. It's just what it is. All right, let's get this, brother. Mark chapter 3, 1-7.
Mark 3, verse 1.
This is something else they got a problem with.
And he entered again into the synagogue, and there was a man there which had a withered hand. And they watched him, whether he would heal him on the Sabbath day, and they might accuse him.
Look how wicked our people are, man. Why they try to do something that's righteous? Y'all over there huddled up like, oh, he better not heal him.
Right.
Only we got him if he healed him today. If he heals him today, we got him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
Man, this is something. Look, that antichrist spirit is a hell of a drug, man. It's a hell of a drug. You better watch it. Come on, bro.
And he said unto the man which had the withered hand, stand forth.
Stand what?
Stand forth.
Come on.
And he said unto them, it is lawful to
He asked the question.
Is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath days, or to do evil? To save life, or to kill? But they held their peace.
So whenever you talk to somebody and they get that quiet, that lets you know they're reaching for an answer. They have nothing to say at that moment.
Right.
It should never go that quiet. You hold your peace.
Right.
He asked you a simple question.
Right.
Is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath or not?
Right.
You go quiet.
Right.
Let's read, bro.
Verse 5. And when he had looked around about on them with anger, being grieved from the hardness of their hearts,
Or the blindness of their minds. Come on.
he said unto the man, stretch forth thy hand. And he stretched it out, and his hand was restored whole as the other.
Brother, what are you saying, brother? Somebody like DJ Paul can just reach his hand out to do a prosthetic arm be rapping.
Right.
What are you saying, brother? That can be healed? Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes. Yes, it can. No, I don't believe that. Read on down to verse 7, brother, and then we're going to see what else you're going to believe.
And the Pharisees went forth, and straightway took counsels with Herodians against him, how they might destroy him.
See that? So now you got them hooking up. You got your own people hooking up with an Edomite. Plotting on you to destroy you because of something righteous going down. That antichrist spirit is a hell of a drug, man. It's a hell of a drug, and it's running rampant all throughout the Israelite community. Let's read, bro.
But Yahushua withdrew himself with his disciples to the sea, And a great multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea.
See, Christ always ducked off. You feel me? People trying to kill him, stone him, throw him. We're going to make him king right now. Man, the prophecy ain't fulfilled.
Wise man foreseeth evil and had it himself.
Now, trip about this. You see, they got a problem with the withered hand being restored whole. They're saying that can't happen. In their carnal minds, they're like, look, that can't happen. No. He got it in faith, doing the fairy tales. Huh? Alright, well, let's get to understanding real quick. Let's go to 1 Kings 13. Let's see what else you don't believe. If you can't believe that, then you surely don't believe this. Go back to this Old Testament real quick. 1 Kings 13. Let's read 1 through 6. Let's read 1 through 6. Don't be in la-la land. Stand guard. Guard your grill out here, man. Guard your grill out here. Anybody trying to get you above Christ, that's the devil. Make no mistake about it. Call him the devil. You the devil. Bye.
You the damn devil.
Get behind me. That's just what it is, man. It's too late in the game for you to be going left saying, hey, man, y'all still believe in that?
Right.
Oh, hey, he believe in Christ, y'all.
Right.
I'm trying to hear you out the house. You believe in Christ. You better not have me or one of my brothers in there.
Right.
Yeah, I sure do. What's good?
Sure do.
Who believes right? Me right here. What's good?
Right.
Bible want to take what's good. Let's get it now. All right, you see all that courage juice get drained about real quick. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get it. 1 Kings 13. 1 through 6.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 13, verse 1. And behold, there came a man of God out of Judah by the word of the Lord unto Bethel. And Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense. And he said, and he cried against the altar in the word of the Lord, and said, O altar, altar, thus saith the Lord, behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David, Josiah by name. And upon thee shall he offer the priests of the high places that burn incense upon thee. And men's bones shall be burnt upon thee.
Come on.
And he gave a sign the same day, saying, This is the sign which the Lord hath spoken. Behold, the altar shall be rent, and the ashes that are upon it shall be poured out. Verse 4. And it came to pass, when King Jeroboam heard the saying of the man of God, which hath cried against the altar in Bethel, that he put forth his hand from the altar, saying, Lay hold on him. And his hand, which he put forth against him, dried up.
Withered up.
So that he could not pull it in again him. Verse 5. The altar also was rent, and the ashes poured out from the altar, according to the sign which the man of God had given by the word of the Lord. And the king answered and said unto the man of God, Entreat now the face of the Lord thy God, and pray for me.
And do what?
Pray for me.
The wicked king telling this prophet of the Lord, look, pray for me to your God, man. My hand dried up.
Right.
Come on.
That my hand may be restored me again.
That my hand may what?
Be restored me again. And the man of God besought the Lord, and the king's hand was restored to him again, and became as it was before.
But you believe that?
Right.
You don't believe Christ healed a man that had a withered hand, but you believe Jeroboam's hand that was dried up was restored back to him?
Right.
Like, what is the problem? What are you not believing?
Right.
What's the major problem? Christ healed a man that had a withered hand. Same thing happened over here with Jeroboam, and the man of the Lord prayed to God, his hand was healed. What's the problem? You're dealing with a spirit that is bound for the eternal pit. Right, the lake of fire. All right, from here we got another one. Matthew chapter 8, 3 verses.
Matthew chapter 8.
Matthew chapter 8, 1 through 3. Something else you don't like.
We ain't got long, y'all.
He can't cleanse leprosy either, huh? I just can't. I'm cool with the Hebrew thing. I just can't do this Christ stuff.
Right.
Now, Moses did do that one. Christ.
Right, did he do it here?
No, Matthew 8. Matthew 8. So you know what you're dealing with when you run into these reprobates. These, what the one cat called them misfits.
Yeah.
You run into these misfits. The Antichrist.
And then y'all have to be really understand how important this is, y'all, because the first thing how the devil gonna try to get you thrown off is they're gonna do what's called guilt by association. First, they're gonna show you all these Antichrist Israelites. And then within your spirit, you ain't gonna want to be joined to them. But you're not joined to a religion. Being an Israelite is not a religion. It's who you are as a nation of people.
Nationality.
And your nationality, that's not a religion. So when they try to attach you to these religious Israelites, because there's religious Israelites out there that try to make proselytes, and they try to proselytize you into believing that Christ don't exist or he never came. That's what we need to watch out for, but they'll try to guilt us by association. You just let them know, look, there's a message going forth of prophecy that Israel going to find out who they are. The problem is it's going to be the same way it was back in Christ's day. There's modern day Pharisees today as there were yesterday that don't believe in him. This ain't nothing new, but don't lump us in the same bowl with them. You know, we are different from them. Y'all practice Christianity. If we said everybody go to church on Sunday, it's the same as Jim Jones. Would y'all like that? The same as David Koresh. Would you like that? If we lump y'all all in one group, so to speak. So y'all be careful on that. That's the first thing the naysayer will do as well. They'll show you that rogue group of Israelites that don't believe in the Messiah. And then they'll come at you and say, ain't that who you with? I'm with the gospel of Christ. High priest.
Nazarene said,
commands from his father. Locally known as Jesus the Christ. Did that answer your question?
Right. Well, he'll start forehead, start sweating, swallow. Right.
But,
let's go to Matthew chapter 8, 1 through 4. Since you got a problem with the leprosy issue as well.
That's right.
Let's get it. Matthew chapter 8, 1 through 4.
The book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 1. When he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus said unto him, see thou tell no man, but go.
I always ducked off on him.
Right.
Come on.
But go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them.
Then he bring Moses into the picture.
Right.
Because if you was a leper, you got cleansed of leprosy, now you got to go holler at the priest.
Yep.
And Christ say, look, don't even say nothing. Look, go holler at the priest. Do what Moses said.
Right.
That's what he did. So why you can't accept that? He told him, look, once you cleanse, go holler at Moses.
That's right.
Do what Moses